I would get BV and yeast infections at the same time. It was just very uncomfortable because you can't go doing like your daily life tasks with having issues down there. As soon as I felt the results showing, like I feel amazing, I feel great. I found my solution to my problem.
Happy V entered the picture. Walk me through what you personally were struggling with and the different resources or sources that you are going to help with your vaginal health.
Yes, I started getting yeast infections. It started about 2 years ago. And so I went to the doctor. They were like, oh, it looks like a severe case of yeast infection. We're going to go ahead and put you on Recurrent pills. And they would give me 3 pills to take each within a 48-hour period. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I would take them, and within a week and a half, I would see the results again, like flaring up. And I was like, no, like this can't be possible. I would have to go back, and then they would be like, oh yeah, it's not gone yet. They would put me again on the pills. It got to a point where it was like on and off for 2 years. Like I was very lucky to have about a week or two, like which I was like doing good in a month with no symptoms or anything. It got to the point, probably I would say two months ago. I went to the doctor and I was like, you know what, like it's not going away. I would get BV and yeast infections at the same time. And it was just very uncomfortable because you can't go doing like your daily life tasks with having issues down there. It's like the worst feeling ever. And so they put me on a 3-month supply for both BV and the yeast infections. Like they put me on the fluconazole, and then they put me on the cream as well for the BV. It was really like just overwhelming. By the time I was done with that 3-month supply, I still felt the symptoms like coming up. I still seen like I didn't see any result like coming from that. And so I was just over it. I honestly thought this was just gonna go on for the rest of my life. I was like, this is it. This is my life. And it's depressing because you feel like everything you do, it's out of your hands because you're like going to the doctors and you're hoping they can help you. Like you're telling the gynecologist, hey, this has been going on for so long. Help me. What do I do? And they tell you like, oh, you can possibly try this, change your soap, do this. And then you do it and you don't see the results coming and you're like, what? And so they would tell me like, have yogurt with probiotics and stuff. And I would buy them like, and I would take them for so long. And I was like, it's not working. What's going on? And then you go and you try like home remedy things too, because you're like, maybe this is going to help. And sometimes it just doesn't. Like so it's very draining to feel like you're trying everything and it's not helping. And so pretty much that's what was going on. It was affecting my mental health. I feel like it was affecting my marriage because it was to a point where I would be like, I'm not doing so well. And you stay away from doing certain things with your partner because you just don't feel comfortable like with what's going on and stuff, or you don't want it to just get worse or stuff like that. And you're just like, no. I felt like it was affecting my marriage. It was affecting like my daily life things, like just literally like simple things like would make me like, I couldn't do like fun stuff because for me it was like, oh, like I still have this, like what's going on? I gotta go to the restroom, like I feel this, I feel that, you know? So it was really horrible. And so I was scrolling through Instagram one day. I remember like I had cried about it so many times too, because I was like, I can't do this. Like I'm tired. What's going, you sometimes feel like something's wrong with you. Like I'm broken. Something's just wrong with me. And I remember I was just laying in bed, and I think because we search up so many things and stuff, like I seen this story. I believe it was the co-founder.
Yeah, Daniela. Maybe?
Yes. She did a reel, an Instagram reel, where she pretty much, I felt like she was like speaking something that I would say, like you go through these things. Sometimes it's embarrassing to even mention what you're going through. And she was just explaining everything, like, and I felt like she was like, I felt like just this, oh my God, like we shared something. Yes. And I was like, we shared something. And she was saying that how Happy V helped her and the probiotics and everything. And I was like, I have to try it. I was like, I have to try it because it's just, I seen the reviews and I was like, it looks amazing. Like all the reviews are just great. And I was like, this is going to help me. Like I turned around and I looked at my husband and I'm like, I found our solution. This is going to help me. I know it. He was like, go ahead, order it. It's fine.
What up, husband?
Yeah. He was like, if we're going to invest in you and your health, I have no problem with that. He was like, go ahead. I ordered it. Within 2 weeks, I seen the results and I was like, and it was just hard to believe because wait, is this happening? Is this real? And I was like, and I was just so happy. Like after 2 weeks, I was like, I don't see nothing going on down there. Like everything seems perfect and fine. So I was like, you know what? I was like, this is really changing my life. I felt like really happy. It's been almost a month and a half already that I've been taking them for. And I feel like my life just changed. It has been such a game changer. Everything I got back like my self-esteem. Like there's just so much to it. Like my happiness is just, and so yes, I was like, you know what? Like I would love for other people to be able to try this product and see that it actually does work, that you can get your life back pretty much just by actually investing in just giving it a try. So I was like, this is amazing. It's perfect. It helped me. It could help others. And I'm just very thankful, to be honest, that you guys created this for us, because sometimes it feels horrible to feel like there's no solution out there for you. And so I'm just very thankful, honestly. And I will definitely keep purchasing it for as long as I can, because it changed my life. It really did. And I feel like it saved my marriage. I feel today is my 5-year anniversary, actually. And I'm just like, wow. I was just so happy. I was like, the past 2 years have been a bit of a rough patch. And I feel like mostly and mainly because of the stuff I've been going through, it changes you mentally. It really does. It affects you and in so many different kind of ways. And so I feel like it made me into a different, and I feel like I'm back. I'm back. I'm really grateful, yes.
Oh my gosh, Ivonne, thank you so much for sharing all that. It encourages me so much just to hear your story of what you were going through till now and how Happy V has played a role in that. Just to go back a little bit, I'm just curious, when you were struggling with BV and yeast infections, were you trying other supplements, medications? I know you mentioned some then, but how was the journey of just trying different things? And yeah, how was that for you?
I did. I had tried other probiotics, and I didn't really see much of a change or difference or anything. I do feel like these were like a really fast working product, and it showed the results very quickly. But I do notice that it has a prebiotic plus probiotic as well. So I was like, it's probably that just does like the whole change like in the body and everything. But yes, I did. I had tried other products and nothing worked, to be honest with you. I didn't see the results in anything else, not the way I have with this. I feel like Happy V cured me, to be honest. And what for me, it's like what my doctors couldn't do, this product was able to do for me. So it's just, I'm very happy, honestly.
That's powerful. That's awesome. And thanks for sharing too, just a little bit about, I think that's one thing you're just talking about, your relationship with your husband and how intimacy was hard and rightly feeling just embarrassed, don't know how to talk about it and all that. How was that, like having conversations with your husband, not even just him, but other people in your circle and even your gynecologist? Like, how did you feel supported or just heard during that time of searching?
I think it's embarrassing sometimes to talk about it because you don't really know what it is. They'll tell you, oh, it could be a fragrance you're wearing, or it can be a change you did in your diet or stuff like that. So talking about it with my gynecologist and just telling them like, it's happening again, I almost felt like they would try to help, but they would do it more like in a medical kind of way. I would even say, is there something else I can do besides taking the pills or trying this or trying that? Something that you've seen other women that has helped them. And they would tell me, honestly, it's just pretty much this and that. My husband was very supportive. He was, but at times it would be like, oh, you have it again. Or I'll come into the room and I'll be like, oh, like I'm seeing it again. Like what's happening again? And I'll just be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't really.
Yeah. What were some of the symptoms that you would see knowing, oh my gosh, it's coming back?
It would be the discharge, and then it would be like the itchiness and stuff like that. Like it was just those uncomfortable things. And so it got to the point where I threw out like all my underwear, bought on you once, and I'm like, maybe that's what it is. No, it wasn't. Like it was just, I don't know. I really don't know. Up until this day, I'm like, why did it last for so long? But I'm just thankful that I did find Happy V. Just having the conversations now with my husband, I'm like, I can't believe it. Like it's gone. And it's just so happy. And like,
I bet he's so happy too.
Yes, he's really happy. He's, you know what? Keep buying them. It's fine. He's just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, of course. So honestly, yes, it's amazing now. But he was very supportive during that period of time. It was at times very, I would say, because there's moments where it's just, you just want to be with your partner and stuff like that. And sometimes it was just like, I'm sorry. So there was times where it was, what? And so he would go to the doctor again. What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I just went 2 weeks ago. So it was just
I can't go every day. Yeah.
So it was just like, oh man, like so it was very overwhelming for me at moments. He felt like you're doing something. Maybe you're having too much sugar or something, like something. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I'm taking care of this and that.
So much. Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes you try different things because you're like, what if I'm allergic to something? Or so you're just like trying to find different ways and stuff to handle it. And it's overwhelming to try and find solutions to something where when you don't know exactly where the problem is or like how it even started or what's going on, especially when you're not a doctor or a gynecologist doing your research and you're like, how do I get rid of this?
What would you see or look up? How was that process for you?
It was a lot. I feel like sometimes I was just like, I was to the point where I was like, I'm gonna end up going into medical school and passing everything because there's a lot that I read, but it's stressful because it tells you that there could be so many things that kind of flare this thing up. And sometimes you don't know exactly what it is that starts this or what it is that's triggering it. And when it just talks about like it's pretty much the gut health that I believe that just has to do with all of this and stuff. So that's why I'm saying like I would do probiotics and stuff like that. And I wouldn't figure out exactly why it wasn't like working for me at the moment. So I don't know if it's a prebiotic plus the probiotic that helps in this case, but it's a game changer, to be honest.
That's awesome. So did you first hear about Happy V? Was it from an ad, did you say? Or how did you?
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on Instagram. And I seen it and I was like, when I heard her talk and she was just saying everything. Like I felt like that would have been me, like just speaking, like she was speaking my words for me. And I was like, that's me right there. That's just me. I was like, this helped her. This is going to help me. Like, and so I just had that confidence that if it helped like her, it was going to help me. And I think it's sad, the fact that you expect sometimes for your doctor to fix your issues or your problems. And it wasn't happening for me for literally almost 2 years. It wasn't. And so So now I'm just very happy. I seen it on Instagram and I was like, I have to follow them. I have to see. I seen the reviews. I was like, this looks great. I tried it. And within 2 weeks, I was like, it's amazing.
That's awesome. From following Happy V, the account as well, have you learned anything or how has it been following that account?
Yes, I have, because there's a lot of posts that kind of you guys like go into detail about the women, the health, everything down there. And it's just, it's nice because there's things that come out that pop up that you're like, oh, I wasn't aware of that. And it's awesome. You guys just say all these facts about the vagina that even as a woman, sometimes you'll think I should have known that, but sometimes we don't. So it's very educational. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate all the posts. I look at them. Some are very funny, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to follow a page that kind of gives you that education about your own body, to be honest.
No, I love hearing that. Our heart is just to educate as well as have some fun and make relatable content that people going through any vaginal infections would get and relate to. So that's awesome to hear. I'd love to know, in Yvonne's daily routine, how do you remember to take your probiotics, or what does your routine look like to incorporate the pre and probiotics that you're taking?
Yes. So normally I'll have them like after dinner. It's just, for me, honestly, I don't forget to take them because it made such an impact in my life that it's like, oh, it's already in my head. I got to take my pro because I don't want to go back to what I already lived. I don't want to go back there. So for me, it's honestly like I know that I have to take my probiotic before I go to sleep. So after I have dinner, I'll take my probiotic. Even my husband will tell me, like, have you took your pills? And it feels when you're on birth control and you're just like, you have to be on top of it. It feels like that. Like when he tells me, have you took your pill? And I'm like, it's my probiotic he's talking about. It's like not the birth control, but it's so funny. I'm like, I'm going, like, I'm gonna take it, So even sometimes if I lack like on my little time of the day to take it, like he'll remind me, have you taken your pill? It's so cute because I'm like, I know that he sees the changes made in my life too. So he's like on top of it too. Hey, have you taken it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going. So it's nice.
He's like, don't miss a day.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe, I know you touched on a little bit, but would just love to hear a little bit more of how Happy V has impacted your self-esteem and just in a positive way influenced your life.
No. So it has. So personally, like I felt very, very drained. I felt it feels depressing sometimes. So to have all these issues going on in your body and not having control of it. So I wouldn't even get ready sometimes because for me, it was just like, like this is going on again. I had stopped putting makeup on for a while, kind of wanting to go out and stuff. Even for like little dates with me and my husband, I was just like, no, like I didn't feel like I was at my best. I didn't feel woman enough at moments because I'm like, like this is happening again. So you feel like degraded, smaller than you actually are. So it impacted my life a lot. And it gets you moody too because you're just like this, and it's just you get frustrated with your own self. And it's sad because it's not I would blame myself a lot. What am I doing? I always felt like I was doing something wrong. There was just like I was the problem. It feels horrible. And yeah, it messed with my self-esteem a lot. It did. And after taking it, I feel that as soon as I felt the results showing, I was like, you know what? I'm back. I'm good. I'm good again.
I'm back, baby.
Yes. It kind of feels like that. I'm back. I'm better. And yes, I started going out more, getting ready more, telling my husband like, hey, let's go here. Let's go there. And just like our intimacy has gotten way better too, which I'm like, oh, it's a game changer. And I told him like, babe, it feels like we're like in our honeymoon like phase. And he's, you know what? Yes, it does. And it's just because that's how much it impacted us, that it's just we went from having 2 bad years of like this again over and over again and not like being able to get rid of that to it's been a month and a half and it just feels amazing. Like I feel amazing, I feel great, and I'm like I found my solution to my problem, and it changed me. It really did. I feel so much more happier. I'm so much more cheerful during the day. I know I don't have to run to the restroom like for crazy symptoms or anything. So it's just nice. It's very nice.
Yeah, I love that. How do you plan on incorporating Happy V in your long-term wellness goals and routines?
I believe so much in Happy V. I'm going to keep purchasing it, taking my probiotics. I did see also that you guys have like the cranberry stuff and for the urine infections and things like that. And I'm like, that's so amazing because we're women. We end up getting them like pretty often sometimes. So I'm like, I want to go ahead and try that if I ever run into a urine infection anytime, because I know that it will solve like any problem that I'll have, because it's amazing. I do want to purchase more products from you guys because I do believe you guys know what you guys are doing, to be honest. And then if you guys ever come out with any more products for women that kind of will help, the women's health and anything, I believe you guys, are on track to.
Yeah. Do you have any in mind that you would love Happy V to come out with?
I think if you guys were to do like even because I know it has to do with the health and everything, but if you guys were to even do skin and nails and hair, vitamins or stuff like that, like I would so purchase from you guys. I really would, because I think at this point, like you guys have solved like my issue down there. I would love to feel like that beauty as well, flowing through
Yeah.
vitamins and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely. If you guys are ever to do vitamins or stuff like that, I would purchase that. Like you guys obviously know more about the women than us women probably.
Thank you for saying all of that, and just having your trust and confidence means a ton to us at Happy V. Any other insights or tips that you would have for maintaining vaginal health that you found helpful outside of Happy V?
I would probably say Happy V. And then I did do around the same time, I had done a recent change as well of my body soap with no fragrance. And that definitely helped a lot. So I think that was, I would probably say also, but personally, I think it was Happy V because but I do think that kind of helps too. My gynecologist would tell me like, oh, Dove is fine and stuff like that. But then I seen that you guys had posted as well, like a no fragrance soap also helps down there and stuff. So I went ahead and did that, the no fragrance. I did those changes in my life and it's been great so far. So I would probably say that helps a lot too.
Yeah, the fragrance, and maybe you know this, but if other people are watching, the fragrance in perfumes, body wash, lotions, whatever you want to use down there can really throw off the pH levels of the vaginal flora and yeah, just cause more infections or infections to not go away. So that's a huge change to make that most people don't know or realize. So that's awesome that you did that. One last question for you. If you could go back and tell Ivonne 2 years ago, a year ago, or even other women out there that are struggling, what would you say to your past self or other women out there?
I would probably say hard. I think it happens to most of us women and it's a struggle that we go through. But I would probably tell myself, do your homework, look for something, look for Happy V. Look for Happy V, take your probiotics with your prebiotics and make that change for yourself. You're better. You can do this. You got this. Do not like think it's your fault or you're doing something wrong. It's just little changes that will make a big difference in your life. And so I would probably tell myself to just take it easy, to not be so hard on myself or on other women. I would tell other women, don't be so hard on yourself. Do this little change. Take Happy V, it'll help. So I would probably give that advice. Definitely I'll be telling anyone who's struggling with BV or yeast infections that tell me or something, like I would definitely recommend Happy V to them.